So traders, get ready for a bounce in the gold market, but it's probably going to be very short-lived before we see another movement on the downside. I'm going to share with you the reason why and how these markets work so you can understand what's happening in these markets. Also with the actual stock market today, guys, right now, a little bit of a pause in the markets, but I see this just being just that, just the pause in the markets before we start to see another move to the upside. Also going to be talking about the good old oil market as well. So traders, if you need some help, make sure you grab access to that free trading course on the screen right now. Now, let's get into the markets. One thing I was actually talking about with my private clients, because I'm with them every day, and today we had about a half an hour of like a masterclass session around these markets. It was so amazing. If you're interested in becoming a client, guys, link in the description there. You can apply for that. It's a 1 year coaching program. Anyway, so the whole thing that I went through a bit of a masterclass, but the big thing that one of the things I was talking to them about over the last half an hour that I was doing with them is the art of what is happening in the markets when it comes to trend analysis. And what sort of part of the trend is there, right? And this is where I think a lot of traders go wrong when it comes to these markets here. So what a lot of traders don't understand is, and I didn't understand this as well too initially, okay? So you may be here right now. I didn't understand how these markets truly worked. So if I saw the market let's just say that if I saw the market and the market actually had, just say the market was going up through here, I would say, oh, the buyers are in control. The buyers are buying it up. Here we go. But one thing that I wasn't really considering was the overall trend itself and how trends are formed, right? Because if you think about any market out there, a trend is formed by highs and lows, right? But if you think about that, in a downward trend, we have down, we have up, and then guess what? Then we create a downward movement to create the lower high. Then the market rallies. The market might do something like this, right? Then the market does something like that. Then doing what? Then creating another lower high. But what happens through here, right? We have these short-term buying legs, and then we create another lower high. So as long as we're making these lower highs here, high, if we come down, if the market creates this buying leg, and then but we're still below the last high here, then the market is telling us that it's down, up, lower, high. We haven't actually changed the trend yet. A changing of trend would be the market rallying back up and changing this high and then maybe starting to do something like that. So it's like, what's happening here and when it comes down to trend analysis? The reason why I'm saying this is that in an upward trend environment, we have up, higher, low, the market comes down. Up, if the market's coming down through here, as long as this point through here is still above the high here, we're still in an upward trend, and this is just part of the bull market. And then we go back up again, right? And then we come back down again through here, right? Come back through there, and then we go back up again, right? We do something like that, or maybe we do something like that, okay? But look at this here, every time we come down. But this is as long as this low here, when the market's coming down through here, as long as it stays above this here, it's likely to make what? A higher low. Bam, then we get back up again and come back down. As this market's coming down through here, as long as this here stays above this high here, then we make a high low. What can happen then is that if the market's making these major higher lows all the way up, then the buyers are in control. This is a strong upward trend. Now, when the trend is likely to end and potentially turn into something more, is when we get a breaking of the low. We're no longer making, the market does something like that, right? Or the market comes down through to here and breaks this low. We went from low, a higher low, higher low, higher low, to now it broke it there. No longer higher lows anymore, and now it's breaking down to make a lower low. The buyers are no longer in control. Why is that important? Simple analysis here. So if we see this whole upward through here, what has happened, right? Up overall, down, higher low, same low, right? We didn't break it. Up, down, higher low, right? Up, sideways, up, down, higher low, up, and now look what's happening. Now we're actually breaking, we've just broken that low. What does that mean? It means now the bull market is over. At least for the short term, okay? This is short-term analysis here. So what's probably likely to happen now when it comes to this gold market here? We're probably going to get a bit of a bounce here. Bull market is over. Probably get a little bit of a bounce here. We may even create a head and shoulder before we start to see more downside to come. Now, I'm not expecting a big crash, right? We may even, if you're looking at, say, percentages, if you just say like this is the low here and that's the high here, we may even come back down to this level through here, around about the 2400, maybe more, right? Through there. It's just, all this is just this bull leg through here, which has been, again, you know, even through here, right? We came up, you can see even through here, right? Like the bull market started right here. This is when the bull market started, right here. High lows all the way up. Something has changed right now. It's changed. Bull market is over in gold, head and shoulder, and a strong move to even a strong move up. But we're probably going to get a bounce here real soon out of the markets. Why? Because now, once again, as you can see, right? Look at this level through here, right? We're right at this level here, and we've come back down. This is a V top. We're probably going to bounce and then start to see another big strong link to the downside. But that's what's happening. That's what's likely to happen probably for the rest of this year. But on the big picture here, right? But it's not all bad news, because if we go to the big picture, this is the weekly charts. And you know what? Let me just bring up. This is the weekly chart here. What's the weekly? This is the weekly big. Right? This is where the weekly big trend is coming into place. What's this weekly trend doing? Right? It's doing what? Let me see. Okay, let's actually change the color here. This one here, right? Look at this here. Up, down, higher, low, up, down, higher, low, up, 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 up. This here, the reason why this is happening here, and we probably could get a lot more of a downside to come over the next few weeks, maybe a month or more, is why? Because it's still in a very big, strong upward trend through here on the very big picture. But the short-term boom, or that bull market that's been happening this year, is now over on that daily chart. And so therefore we have this low through here. So therefore, I do expect gold to actually find a bit of support here over the next few months. But I think the gold bull market is over for this year. I think maybe next year is when the bull market starts. But we're probably not going to be doing much for the rest of this year when it comes to the gold market from there. Does it make sense, guys? So just by looking at this, and once again, just going back to even just the short-term analysis of what's happening here, it's now creating a rounding top formation, potentially head and shoulder, and it's not looking too good there, right? It's not looking too good. And if we have a look at from the moves, let's actually bring up this chart here, right, from the low to high. So yeah, we can see that this is the 50 to 60% level all through there. So maybe even a bit lower. So I would have to say this whole level all through here is probably where we're going to start we're probably going to bounce through here, right? Get a bit of a bounce and then start to come back down through to here, where it's probably going to find a lot of support. So not a complete crash, right? But the bull market is over right now. As you can see, we have, once again, that was the last low through there, and everything's starting to change when it comes to that level through there. So let's go look at silver. And silver is actually doing something different. Check this out with silver. This is where, like, silver is actually doing something different. Silver is still in quite a nice upward swing from here. And if I squeeze my charts up, look at this here. Let's actually we'll go to this chart here. And this is what silver's actually doing, right? Now silver actually, this is where, like I was saying before, that don't mix silver and gold together. They're not the same, right? It's just silver's still spacing out through here. It's still around about where it's been going sideways for the last 2-3 years. Where once again, if you look at gold, you know, gold, it did go sideways through here, but we've actually had this upward leg through here. So people still fighting me or fighting me on that. They're definitely not correlated, right? They're definitely not. They definitely don't go together. They may have some short term together, but just look at people like fighting me on that when I say they're not correlated. And it's like, just look at what's been happening for the last 4 years, 5 years. Look at what's been happening since 2020, right? Anyway, so look what's happening through here. So we're looking at this here from this is the silver price through here. So silver is actually still, if we can hold above this 30 level through here, guys, on silver, we may be getting ready for another move up to the upside when it comes to this silver price from here. So looking really strong from here. So anyway, now looking at the actual stock market here, guys. Let's look at the S&P 500. Look, the S&P 500, guys, and looking at this level. Let's go to this one here, right? So if we look at the real short-term analysis, what's happening right now in the stock market is we're just holding here strong, right? We're just holding here all through here. This is what's happening on the Russell, the Dow. The Russell's having a little bit of a short-term drop through here. The Dow's also having a bit of a short-term drop as well too. So this is just probably a bit of a pausing pattern through here, guys, before we continue to see a really strong movement to the upside. So I definitely wouldn't want to be fighting this market or fighting this upward trend right now. Again, people who are trying to short the markets right now, especially the Nasdaq, right? I saw someone, I just went short the markets. Don't do that, guys. Don't do that, right? And then the last but not least, guys, I want to give you guys an update around the oil market as well too. Oil market is still really strong, guys. And those who've been patient with what I've been saying here, oil looks like it's about to break the 66 level. It's taken a bit of time. And those who have been trying to predict the short-term swings in oil have been getting crushed. Absolutely crushed in the markets. Up, down, up, and down, up, and down. Oh, hey! Right? So this is where here, for me, I don't trade. I let it go. I don't get involved with this. Why? Because I guarantee you, if you did get involved with this, you have been getting run over from there. So anyway, traders, if you do need some help, if you have struggled this year in 2024, then you're probably going to be a good fit for my coaching program for 2025. This is only for serious traders. I open up a very small group every single year, and that time has come now for you to have a chance to apply to join my 1-year coaching program, where you get access to all my top strategies and how I read the market, and then you get access to me for an hour and a half, helping you, coaching you, and guiding you. So I've opened up a few spots here, guys, for the rest of this year. If that sounds good to you, then go to getjohnshelp.com, fill out the application form, and I'll speak to you real soon.